Hello and welcome to Theology 1000C. I'm Professor Seymour and I'll be your instructor for this semester. Okay, so before we dive into the material, there are a few things I would like to go over with you regarding what this course is about, how it's going to work in Blackboard, what the course requirements are, and of course the ever important, how you're going to be graded. Now this course covers the historical development of Christianity, beginning with the early Christian movement through the Middle Ages, the Renaissance, the Reformation, and right on up to Vatican II. That's a lot of material to cover in 14 weeks. This course is going to be moving very, very quickly, so don't fall behind. For many of you, this is probably going to be your first theology course, and I just want to say a bit about what a theology course is and what it isn't. First and foremost, this is not a 14-week sales pitch for Roman Catholicism. It is not a religion class. Religion class is based upon the religious faith of a particular community of believers. Its purpose is to form the student in that faith. Theology is an academic discipline. We will be discussing religious ideas, true, but as an academic discipline, we will be thinking and discussing about these topics in a non-judgmental, non-confrontative manner. As one of my colleagues likes to say, it is not about formation, it is about information. We are going to be highlighting the belief statements and practices of the Christian faith and examining the controversies that helped form them. We will be examining the writings of key figures who shaped Christian thought and relate Christian beliefs and practices to the contemporary world, and particularly regarding to non-Christian religions. Okay, we are going to be using as our textbook the Christian Theological Tradition, the 3rd edition, and it does need to be the 3rd edition of the text. There is some significant differences between the 2nd and 3rd editions of this book, most notably the section on Vatican II, and even in the questions, they redid some of the questions, and so I find that the numbers don't. Okay, so let's go through quickly what content is going to look like in Blackboard for this course. Each week you will see a new folder post to the course homepage, and in that folder you will have everything that you need for that week, whether you're going to be watching videos or doing a reading assignment and posting to discussion boards. All of the links that you need you'll find here. Other links that you need to know about are the course information and resources. In that is my contact information. You've got the required textbook. We are going to be using the Bible. It's particularly in the beginning portion of this course. So I have here a link for the Bible online for those of you who want to be able to use an online version and who don't have a copy of the Bible yourself. I'm not holding you to any particular translation, so the one that I have posted here is just fine. Copy of the course syllabus is here for your reference so that you can get a copy of it and see what's going to be coming up and what we'll be doing. I do reserve the right to change things as I see questions or things that students show a particular interest in. I've been known to go and change some things up in the material. So this is a guide, but if I see that folks are particularly interested in, say, the Reformation or in St. Augustine, maybe we'll beef up some of the material there. This is a quick link to the discussion boards that we will have throughout the semester. It's just a convenience for you so that you may go into the week's folder, do the assignments, do your readings, and then to get back to that week, it's just a quick way to get to your discussion boards. This next link is to a discussion board that I'm going to be monitoring throughout the semester, and this is for any questions that you have as we progress throughout the semester. It could be on anything, whether it was something you read, something that you've been wondering about and you'd like to see answered in the course, anything about the assignments. Of course, you can always email me, but if you've got something you'd like to post, this is a board that I will be watching throughout the semester. Right. There are also some tools here for Blackboard, the ones you'll be the most interested in, probably the one about your grades. And as I go through and post your grades for each of the assignments. You'll be able to see and monitor how you're doing in the course. I also provide feedback on the assignments that I give, so you'll go back and take a look at what I've written, and of course email me with any questions that you have on anything. Other tools here, email. So if you want to email me, you can find email. And then here's also a quick link for help in using Blackboard. If any of you have not had that much experience with Blackboard, Blackboard provides some really nice tutorials. Okay then, so as you've seen, the course material is organized by week. Each week starts on a Sunday. The material will be available to you before Sunday. I know many of my students need to be able to use the weekends to work on their online courses, and so the material itself will actually be made available the Friday before the week starts. And then you've got from basically Friday until the following Saturday night to work through the material for that week, right? Any assignments, any discussion boards are due the following Saturday at 10 p.m. unless it is posted otherwise that the assignment is due on a different date. But otherwise, your assignments are all due Saturday night at 10 p.m. For this course, 60% of your final grade will be made up from the chapter questions, the discussion boards, and there will be a few reflection essays, and these are not, I hesitate to call them papers because they really aren't that long. They're somewhere in about 600 words, but they are responses to reflection questions. There'll be some additional reading you may need to do. But they aren't, papers as such. Then you've got a final term paper on the Vatican II documents. There'll be more about that as we get into the semester. That'll be about 30% of your grade. And then class participation is another 10%. So let me explain what class participation means in an online course. Normally on a face-to-face course, you would have some dialogue going on in the classroom, and you learn an awful lot that way by other students asking questions, you being able to answer partially, at least, from some of the readings you may have done or some experiences you've had, things you've learned in other classes. All of that comes into play in a face-to-face course. In an online course, your discussion boards really take the place of that type of interaction that happens not only with the instructor and with the content, but also with your fellow classmates. So some of our discussion boards are not going to require that you respond to other students' posts. The type of question that's asked are not the type of question that would sort of foster some discussion. So pay close attention to the instructions when you see a discussion board assignment. When it is something that I expect the class to open up to discussion, I will say so. I will have you read and respond to at least 2 of your classmates. So your class participation grade will be drawn from those posts. Alright, so that's everything that I wanted to cover in this introduction. Just give you a really quick overview of what we'll be doing over the course of the next 14 weeks. So where do you go from here? We've got some other material that's been posted under this week, so review those remaining materials. There's an assignment there for you to post, and it's called A Word About Me, and a PowerPoint presentation also that's going through the first chapter of your textbook. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, and just keep in mind that even though this is a distance learning course, that does not mean that I am distant. I am on the Queens campus every day of the week, And so if you need to get in touch with me and you want to have a face-to-face meeting, I am more than open to that. Would love to meet some of you face-to-face. And so no objections there. Otherwise, email really is the fastest way to get in touch with me. I live and die by email. So that's it for now. Looking forward to having all of you in class, and I wish you a very successful semester.